Well, Cynthia, thank you for joining me today. As you know, I'm Cassandra with Everett Community College Foundation, and we just want to talk a little bit about how you have been served by the foundation and how that help is making your education possible. So could you start by introducing yourself and telling us how you got to EvCC and what you're studying here?
Yeah, thank you. Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I should say the way I came to EVV was actually very exciting, or rather, kind of unique, because I was actually escorting my husband.
Mm-hmm.
He had just been laid off from work, and so he decided, since I'm looking and it's taking a while for me to get a job, maybe I should go back to school. I said, I think it's a good idea. So where do we go? I said, I like EVV. I think like EvCC, let's go there. So we came through and we started registering for the AmTech program.
Okay.
And while we were there, the lady that was serving him said, what about you? Don't you want to start school? I said, I would love to, but I don't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is not working at the moment. I'm not working, so I don't think I can afford. And then she said, no, we do have financial aid. And, there are times that you can have a scholarship as well.
Yeah.
So why not try? Would you like to? I said, of course.
That's awesome.
So I've always wanted to study business. And so that was an opportunity. And just there, I registered.
Yeah.
And they told me the process of how to apply for financial aid.
Okay.
I applied for the financial aid, and that's how I found myself here.
Oh, that's awesome. And then this summer, you were awarded our Howard Behar Scholarship.
Yes.
So tell me about when you found out that you got that. How did that feel?
Wow. It came just at the right time.
Yeah.
Because that quota, actually, I was struggling with having to pay my tuition fees. Because when my husband now started working, the index changed, and so the award that I got for the financial aid was so little that it couldn't cover, everything.
Yeah.
So we had to pay for ourselves, and so we were struggling, and actually was about to drop. But a day before dropping, I'm like, I think maybe let me wait a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe when I go to school, I should go to the office and check what's happening. And I opened my emails just to find that I'd been awarded a scholarship.
Oh,
that was so exciting. I was so happy, relieved that that was taken care of. So it came at the right time, and it's been really helpful.
Oh, that's so fabulous. So you had a great summer and fall quarter, and then I understand that you were planning to continue coming back to winter with your scholarship and everything, and then so there were some surprises that happened. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So kind of 2025 was more like taken care of, right? So I'm still a student in 2026, and so December just before Christmas, my husband got sick. He was actually just okay, but when he went to see the doctor, they found that his blood pressure was extremely high.
Yeah.
So he had to be taken to emergency. So he was there for 3 days, and it didn't drop, and so for 2 weeks he was in hospital.
Wow.
And when he came out of hospital, he was still not strong, not yet, okay to go to work. And so he stayed about 3 weeks not going to work. So that added a strain on our finances.
Of course.
Because we had to pay for, rentals, and school, I had to pay for school.
Yeah.
So that was really like a challenge. And so actually he decided, let me drop from school for now and maybe focus on healing as well as work. Then maybe you can drop as well. Since we don't have the money, then you can start later.
Yeah.
So I decided I should drop, and I'm like, maybe before I drop, there could be something, maybe there's some leftover funds or something or whatever. But let me go find out from the office and check if there's any help that is there. So I reached out to the office, and thanks to you as well. You've been really very helpful to help me to navigate to see what's available. And the office was able to arrange for us to get an emergency fund.
Wow.
I applied, and we were able to get that going. So that was just like an answered prayer, because of his condition at that time. It was really difficult to where we were going to get the fund. So we got the emergency fund. We were able to pay rentals, and part of it I was able to pay, more like an installment for school. So that has really been helpful.
Awesome. So those funds were able to bridge the gap and you didn't have to drop.
Exactly. You know, I didn't drop.
Awesome.
I didn't drop.
That's so fabulous. So you've completed winter quarter. How much do you have left?
I've only got, so the next quarter, I've got 2 quarters to go.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you're
and
done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
With your degree in business?
Yes.
Yes.
With my degree in business. I'm hoping I could transfer to the university to do a major.
Yeah. That would be wonderful. And I just want to say thank you again. We are so proud of what you're doing, and we're proud of you for continuing in the midst of hard things going on. That's hard work. And as the EvCC Foundation, we are just proud of you and just really excited for all the things that are to come for you, Cynthia.
I'm excited as well, and thank you so much. Maybe I should actually take this opportunity just to thank the sponsors, the people that are really giving to be able to help the students. You know, their contribution does go a long way because it really helps them to continue in school. Like for me, that helped me, and I know that there are people out there that could probably be at the age of wanting to drop, but because someone gave, they were able to continue to go to school. So I'm grateful, and I really want, when I finish my program, I would want to be part of the sponsors because I think that is really a noble cause, because any little amount is really helpful to help a student out there. So because I've benefited from this, and I would want to also want someone to benefit in future.
I love it. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Thank you.